In the Season 1 finale of Daryl Dixon's journey, he faces off against Genet, marking the end of his quest to leave France. However, the ending is uncertain, suggesting more developments. The episode starts with a thrilling zombie battle involving Daryl and Quinn, aided by rebels and a former enemy. They successfully deliver young Laurent to the nest, a sanctuary, and are warmly welcomed. So let's recap and break down the Daryl Dixon Walking Dead Season 1 finale. Daryl Dixon. In the Season 1 finale of Daryl Dixon, it's not explicitly stated whether he decides to leave France or stay with Laurent. However, various hints strongly indicate that he chooses to stay. When Daryl departs the nest, he appears uncertain and contemplative, particularly when he sets up camp and stares into the fire. He also displays emotions of regret and doubt, especially when he visits his grandfather's grave. Ultimately, the arrival of Laurent on the beach is the key moment that prompts Daryl to remain in France. In the spin-off of The Walking Dead featuring Daryl Dixon, the show ends with Daryl in a contemplative state, suggesting a change of heart. It's unexpected, as it appears Daryl might leave with Laurent, but there's a twist. In the Season 1 finale, the focus shifts from an approaching boat to Daryl looking at Laurent, hinting that Daryl's affection may be more for Laurent than the idea of leaving across the ocean. Daryl Dixon remains in France primarily due to his close relationship with Laurent. While he has previously looked after Judith and RJ, it was more of a protective, uncle-like role. However, his bond with Laurent is more paternal, with Pierre Jean and the nuns serving as educators and caregivers. Daryl recognizes the significant impact his departure would have on Laurent, especially since he experienced his own father abandoning him in the past. Laurent. The conclusion of Season 1 in Daryl Dixon's storyline reaffirms what earlier episodes had hinted. Laurent doesn't have any precognitive abilities or any other supernatural powers. The drawing that was believed to be created by Laurent, showing Daryl washing ashore in Episode 1, turns out to be a clever deception masterminded by Isabelle to manipulate Daryl into aiding them in reaching the nest. So, it seems Laurent won't be receiving an invitation to Hogwarts anytime soon, but Daryl Dixon's role in shaping the future of The Walking Dead remains pivotal. The residents of the nest hold Laurent in high regard, and the Union's leader, Laurent, continually emphasizes how remarkable he finds Laurent to be. Throughout his journey with Daryl Dixon, Laurent has consistently displayed intelligence, wisdom, and an extraordinary level of empathy that surpasses his age. He even managed to comfort a grieving widow in Paris who seemed inconsolable. This capacity to connect with people represents Laurent's genuine strength in the world of The Walking Dead, positioning him as the prospective leader of the Union. And should the group manage to overcome Genet, a possible leader for France, as long as Laurent doesn't have unrealistic expectations, Laurent will have a crucial role in maintaining the aspirations of a French Revolution. Genet. Daryl Dixon's first season ends with a Union victory, but the conflict with Genet is far from over. Coming home hints at more battles to come as both sides fight for control of France. Genet remains in power, committed to unifying the nation under her rule. Daryl's disruption at her de Gaulle Day celebration is a minor setback, and Genet still faces challenges from the growing influence of the Union and their leader, Laurent, in her quest for dominance. In Daryl Dixon's Season 2, there's a looming threat from Genet, with the Union expecting an attack. Despite Laurent's assurance of readiness, Daryl's efforts to train residents in firearm use indicate potential unpreparedness. This foreshadows continued conflict between Genet's supporters and Laurent's protectors. Genet aims to lead France into a dark era of violence, oppression, and zombie experiments, while Laurent strives for enlightenment, compassion, and tolerance. The Union is the underdog, but Daryl is determined to stay until victory is achieved, given the crucial nature of the battle. Quinn. In the Season 1 finale of Daryl Dixon's story, most main characters survive, but the significant loss is Adam Nagati's character, Quinn. Quinn sacrifices himself by charging at armed guards and later returns as a zombie. However, his sacrifice is motivated by a fatal injury sustained during a zombie battle. Despite downplaying it, it becomes clear that the injury is deadly, leading to Daryl's emotional reaction and Quinn's rapid decline in health. Quinn's passing isn't entirely an act of selflessness, as he did request Daryl to pass on news of his heroic actions to Isabelle. Daryl follows through on this request, but Isabelle, who knows Quinn well, questions, "Did he actually ask you to relay that message?" In response, Daryl tells a small untruth, reassuring Isabelle that Quinn never made such a request. In the final episode of Daryl Dixon's first season, he doesn't explain why he tells Isabelle a falsehood, but it's likely because he wants her to remember the man she once cared about in a positive light. Daryl also acknowledges Quinn's genuine remorse in his final moments and doesn't want Isabelle to think otherwise. By telling this white lie to protect Quinn's reputation, Daryl shows his belief that the antagonist had redeemed himself in the end. Codron. Codron, a persistent antagonist in Daryl Dixon's journey since episode 1, ultimately helps Daryl and his group transport Laurent to the nest, despite seeking revenge for his brother's death. In the Season 1 finale, Codron has a chance to exact his revenge but instead betrays Genet, shoots her soldiers, and lets Daryl's group go. His reasoning is surprisingly simple. He refuses to cross a moral boundary by harming children, which he admits to Genet, saying, "They told me to kill the boy. I couldn't." Codron's original mission was to avenge his brother's death by killing Daryl. However, when he learned about Laurent, he was willing to take Laurent into custody on Genet's behalf. Codron never intended to harm youngster, and when ordered to do so, he chose to follow his honor instead. Although Codron allowed Daryl to continue to the nest, it doesn't mean their conflict is resolved, as he promises to settle things later. This indicates that Laurent is the only reason Codron spared Daryl. However, in the Season 1 finale, Codron faces punishment for betraying Pouvoir des Vivants, and it's likely that he will be tortured by Genet to reveal the nest's location. This could set up a situation where Daryl and Codron, both targeted by Genet, find common ground in Daryl Dixon Season 2. So there you have it all. What do you think about Daryl Dixon Season 1? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. I will see you next.